Before you run off, tell me about your audience with Markarth. Impressive. You accomplished more in mere moments than I've been able to do since I arrived in this savage land. We'll find Arana, see if the witch rebels will join our cause. I will continue my own investigations and meet you back here.
Hold there, outsider. These hills belong to the Reach folk, Rover. Turn around and go back the way you came, or I'll have your nose for a trophy. Witch rebels, huh? That's just a label applied by the oppressors, don't you think? Look, we have enough trouble with those Greyhost bastards and Carrick's soldiers. We don't need a curious outsider blundering around and getting in our way, too. You're a hunter? Truly. Sounds more like Carrick and his keep witch getting up to more mischief. You want to befriend the witch rebels? Then prove it. The Greyhost has set up stockpiles nearby. Find out what they're storing, and then we'll talk. The stockpiles were spotted to the east and south. If you can find out what the Greyhost is using them for, then we'll owe you a favor. And true Reach folk never renege on a favor.
Hold these halls. We have our orders.
This one hates criminals, especially vampire criminals.
This one, Tayfan. Come, Harrier. Give me your measure. Tayfern told me about you, Harrier. You wanted to talk? Well, here I am. What will it be? A battle? I haven't turned anyone into a goat recently, but I'm willing to try if you so much as raise your weapon. Why does everyone insist on calling us that? Tayfern, remind me to come up with a better name when time permits. As for later, well, I guide this gathering of rich folk if that's what you're asking. But what about you? Why are you here? Of course she is. She's a vampire after all. We tried to slay her twice without much luck. Quick as a spooked hare, that one, and twice as cautious. We'll have her fangs soon enough, though. You can read? What else does that sheet of paper say? The leader? Now that's a worthy bit of news. Bones and birds guide us well, but there's no replacing a cunning hunter. Go to the barrow, Harrier. Listen in on their meeting. Find out what Belaine and her master are up to, and I'll hear you out. The spirits will see you safely to Valthum, Harrier. After that, I suggest stealth and a strong blade.
Dwarven machines! Die already!
Saran. Your plan proceeds. Kadok hangs on my every word, and soon Reach folk will fill Markarth like a larder.
Excellent. With Markarth prepared, we need only claim the Arctzan keystone.
I'll make inquiries. Just remember our arrangement. Like you, I hate to be disappointed.
You there, in the shadows. You can't hide from the Ashen Lord. Follow me, if you dare. You actually followed. There's fire in your veins, I'll give you that. Very well. You may speak to me. You thought yourself so clever, so stealthy, hiding in the shadows. But the darkness answers to me. Very well. My curiosity is piqued. What have you come to find in this forsaken barrow? You stand before Rada al-Saran and seek to understand his purpose. Better a torchbug try to comprehend the secrets of alchemy, or a mudcrab the intricacies of necromancy. These events began millennia before your birth. They concern you not at all. Who is this we you speak of? Certainly not the Reach folk. No, there is someone else. I see them, lurking in your thoughts. An ally, almost as ancient as I am. They're desperate to forestall the coming night. Tell me, who is this person? And I don't have to resist the urge to rip out your throat and gorge on your blood. But we are civilized beings, exchanging pleasantries in this humble setting. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. A tip for a tap, as it were. I propose a simple arrangement. A truth for a truth. Ask a question. I will answer honestly. Then I will ask a question in turn. A fair compromise, don't you agree? Excellent. Then by all means, ask your first question. Lady Belain is an ally of convenience. Her interests and my design are selfish and predictably narrow. Do you seek to supplant her in Kadok's court? I recommend against that, for it will not go well for you. A threat implies only the possibility of punishment. I do not threaten. Belain has Kadok's ear. If he takes your side, she kills him and chaos descends on Markarth. If he stands by Belain, you will be executed. Neither outcome benefits you. Others? Who? Reach folk? The witch Arana? Your mysterious ally? I am unconcerned. Now, for my question. This ally that hides behind your eyes, does he seek to protect the world by going against his own kind? Deception? How disappointing. Still, the lie reveals the truth. Do you have anything left to ask? I have no interest in conquering the Reach. I came here to make use of something very old, very powerful. The Reach has the misfortune to be located directly above it. Many of these mortals will die, not because I want them to, but because they must. Not when your purpose is worthy. I do what I do for love. My turn. Your ally, are they a high elf? A lie. But I see the truth in your thoughts. Still, I shall give you another chance. Ask another question. That is a complicated question. A being as old as I can claim many origins. This flesh was born on the distant isles of Yokuda. This spirit was forged on the bloody shores of Hammerfell. This purpose, it grew from love and necessity. That word holds little meaning for me now. But yes, in my youth I dedicated my life to perfection. In art, perfection. In love, perfection. In war, especially in war, perfection. To attain glory in Yokuda, nothing less would do. Is it? Beyond the Sea of Pearls, peerless sword masters were as common as grains of sand. Even the grandest victories felt commonplace. In a land of heroes, how can anyone claim to be exceptional? Precisely. After the conquest of Hammerfell, I wandered in search of new challenges. I found only one. Leki, daughter to Rutger and master of the sword. We fought for 3 grueling days, without pause for rest or nourishment. But I didn't win. I didn't lose either. I could not accept a draw, however. The cold reality of my imperfection. That resentment drove me to Moloch Ball. It took the patient wisdom of a friend to break perfection's hold on me. Now, your turn. Your ally. Are they a vampire? Interesting. A picture begins to emerge. Do you have anything else to ask? As you wish. Know that this level of cordiality will not be repeated. And this is not a threat. If you continue to meddle in my affairs, I will take far more than your life. On that, you have my word.
Welcome back, my friend. Tell me what you learned.
The outsider returns. Give me a moment to finish what I'm doing. Then you can tell me about your hunt.
Your arrival is fortuitous, as I have only just returned myself. Were you able to make contact with the rebels? Did you meet with Arana? I sensed some deception, but her illusion is powerful. How else did she hide her nature from me? As for Arana, do you think we can convince her and her rebels to join our cause? You spoke to Rodda. Did he... No matter. If Rodda al-Siran is here, our time grows short. Talk to Kadok. If he deems what you tell him worthy, maybe he'll finally be willing to work with me. Then we can figure out how to deal with the Grey Host. It was only a matter of time before Rodda and I crossed paths again. I just didn't think it would be this soon. Rodda al-Siran and I... we have a complicated history. There was a time when Rodda and I stood united in purpose, to preserve the lives and welfare of vampires. Then, as now, our kin suffered under Molag Bol's curse, and the cruelty of mortal hunters. Not exactly. At least, not all at once. When I first met Rodda, he was immensely proud, but utterly consumed by his failures. He tried to find relief in bloodshed and battle, but he was truly lost. I did my best to help him. Yes, his bloodlust gave way to introspection, and introspection led to study. He was already a peerless scholar. All Onse were, but he became fascinated with vampire texts. Eventually, he found a new purpose. Vampiric salvation. To accomplish this, he needed to break Molag Bol's hold over us and stop mortals from hunting us. I counseled peace with mortals, and for a while he agreed. But things changed, and I left the Grey Host. I thought he died with them. I sought to make the world a better place. I thought the Grey Council could help, but when it became the Grey Host... I formed the Raven Watch as an atonement. For things I failed to do, friends I failed to save. From mortals, and from themselves.
Sentry Bodful sent word. The Grey Host is...
I'll hear no more of this! Go! I want to talk to the outsider. The outsider returns? But are you a true warrior? Or a parasite like these damned leeches? Did you do as Lady Boleyn asked? Did you deal with Arana? Tell me you have her head in your pack. I've got a pike on the walls waiting to be decorated. That's not what you are asked to look into. Still, it confirms my own suspicions about my own keep witch. Don't look so surprised. I'm not half as stupid as people think, Rover. Allow. I can count on 3 fingers the number of people I allow in Understone Keep. The rest, they come and go as they please. Let me tell you about the Ember Dance. It's a ceremony we perform here in the Reach. Have you ever heard of it? We grab a handful of hot coals and dance on a bit of straw. Ah, these coals burn, Rover, right to the bone. But if you drop even one, the straw lights, and the flames take all of you to Molag Bol. Do you see? Boleyn's a hot coal. So I grip her tight. I'm going to sharpen my sword. And wait. Still begging! You think I'm foolish to keep Lady Boleyn close?
Boleyn hasn't returned. I've been watching, but Lady Boleyn hasn't returned to Understone Keep yet. I wonder... Well, that's some progress, at least. Your investigations uncovered that Ard Kadok... What are you planning, Rodder?